Hey there everyone, right, today I just want to explain a couple of things. Firstly, I want to address sort of weak disappearance that my channel has had. Basically, I've been super busy over the last week, pretty much, and haven't really had time to make a video. The other thing is, over the last 3-4 days, I have not had a super fun time because I've been a little bit ill. I think I've got tonsillitis, going to the doctors tomorrow, so I'll find out then. But regardless, I've attended pretty much 2 gigs since I made my last video. If you watched my live reviews question video thing, then you'll know which gigs they are. That was the Algorithm and Trash Talk. But anyway, this video is also going to be a live review of the Algorithm set. It was, I believe, last Wednesday on the 28th of last month. Also, another reason I haven't really put out very many videos is because, like I said, in December, there's kind of not a great deal coming out. However, I have got a couple of other ideas for videos that I'm sure you'll see pretty soon. So anyway, the lineup for the gig was Collisions, Hackvist and The Algorithm. And it was actually The Algorithm's album release party, so everyone got a free album and a poster, which was pretty cool. The poster is actually just there, trying to get it right on the camera, but there you go. But anyway, if you know my channel and have watched my videos, you'll know I'm a pretty big fan of The Algorithm, and it's pretty safe to say that I've been waiting a while to see him as well, so it was a pretty exciting experience, really. Anyway, to kick off the night was Collisions, and I had actually already listened to their EP beforehand, so I knew more or less what to expect. Sonically, they're a nu metal band with drum and bass elements mixed in. They use a bunch of effects on the guitar, electronics and stuff like that to create a fairly decent and cohesive sound. On a live front, they had a fair amount of energy, you know, headbanging, jumping, moving around in general. At one point, the guitarist actually made his way through the crowd to the back of the bar, stood up on the bar and jumped off it, which was pretty cool, I thought. And although it was an enjoyable set, I do feel like they were a tad sloppy. Also, the frontman was kind of 101 frontman, or frontman 101, whatever you want to call it. It was just a bit generic, you know, kind of cliche lines, and no one was really doing anything. Like, on this song, you're all going to jump, and then no one jumps. Everybody put your hands in the air. 3 people also put their hands in there. It was fun, but it's a bit of a shame, really, because his vocals were actually quite unique, and he had a lot of personality in his vocals. It's just a shame he didn't really have a great deal of personality on stage, I guess. But all in all, it was a decent, fun, enjoyable, whatever, opener. Next up are Hackvist. Now, Hackvist just in general are kind of an interesting topic, really. Musically, they mix gent and grime, although it's not like the MCs remind me of any of the nu metal MCs like Fred Durst or Mike Shinoda. They have decent flows and are tight, but for whatever reason, they get praised as incredibly unique and amazing by pretty much everyone that I've spoken to them about. You guys may have some different opinions, just let me know what you think in the comments, I guess. And to be fair, what they do is fairly unique, in fairness. I just personally find a lot of the lyrics a bit cheesy, and the actual rhythms for a gent band are not that technical at all, and that's fine. Some of them have some pretty groovy sections as well, which is nice, but that doesn't change much within a song. You get a lot of repetition, and also they aren't layered all that great. I mean, there are some electronics in the background, but they're not that interesting, in fairness. And it's a shame, because the quality I love about gent is that it's constantly changing and evolving, and a very technical genre, and loads of flashy musicianship, stuff like that. And when that's done well, in my opinion, it's really quite good to hear. But anyway, I was kind of hoping tonight would change my opinion on the band as a whole, and also that way I could kind of understand the hype surrounding these guys. Unfortunately, that was kind of not really the case, but that's not to say they were bad by any means. Musically, they were actually really tight. Naturally, for a gent band, you kind of have to sound tight, otherwise it would just sound like a sloppy mess. As far as the performance goes, though, they had some energy, I guess, and I did enjoy the performance. I do perhaps feel like it would have been more interesting if the guitars and bassists kind of moved around a bit more, so if the MCs didn't move much, which was really unfortunate because there was 2 of them. They could have done quite a lot, even though it was a small stage. However, like I said, I did enjoy the MCs' personalities. I thought that came across really well, and the band played a really tight set. To finish off the night was the one I was waiting for, the almighty The Algorithm. On a live front, it is essentially a guy called Remy working on the laptop and the electronics, chord pads, that sort of thing, and also the drummer from Monuments, Mike. To begin with, the stage was small and Remy kind of needed a table to put all of his stuff on, which ended up being this tiny little wooden table. It kind of looked a bit silly, I must admit, but that's not really that important. But once they had set up, Remy came on and essentially played for a bit on his own. He was really frantically but accurately twiddling around with his chord pad and his laptop. Eventually Mike came on and got behind the kit. I, at this point, want to say that this music was clearly never meant to be performed by a drummer, let alone on a live front. It is pretty mind-boggling and kind of insane just watching Mike play along with all these technical electronics and glitches, and he pretty much aces all of it, and even adds in his own fills during a lot of the glitches, which make a lot of sense. It just looks like he's jamming and super comfortable, which is really refreshing to watch. Hearing the Algorithm's style of music, I guess, was another entirely new thing to me. They pretty much went through most of their album playing tracks like Logic Bomb, Access Granted, Trojans, some decent demo-EP stuff, for example Asymmetry. Although I really enjoyed hearing his music, as far as energy goes, there wasn't much he could do. Remy was headbanging a lot of the time, and surprisingly Mike was really energetic behind the kit, but I just couldn't help but feel like they needed a bit more. A hype man would have been a great idea, like a lot of drum and bass acts have, for example Pendulum, Chase and Status, someone like that. Another good example would be Sub Focus, or perhaps just give Remy a mic and see what he can do with it, I guess. He did every now and again run around giving high fives and handshakes, which I thought was really cool. Like I said, I did enjoy the performance, and it was very different to what I am used to. However, I feel like in the future it could be a lot more, especially with a decent production behind it. So anyway, I thought Collisions opened with a really fun set, I guess. It was enjoyable, nothing mind-blowing, and it deserves kind of a 5.5. The Algorithm came on and delivered a decent set as well. It was kind of really enjoyable, but like I said, the performance wasn't really there. I enjoyed it a lot because the music is just what I'm familiar with, and it was really nice to hear live, like I said. I'd give him a 5.5 to a 6 out of 10, but I must admit, the best band of the night, I thought, were Hackvist. Really tight playing, a fair amount of energy, and just really likeable people in a sense. 6.5 out of 10. Just quickly, before I end the video, I just want to say sorry if I looked and sounded like crap. Like I said, kinda ill at the minute really, but hopefully that'll get sorted very soon. And make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of the gig if you were there, although it was a pretty small venue so I doubt many of you would have been there, but still do that anyway if you were there. Tell me what you think of any of these bands in general. Like I said, I'm kind of interested to hear what people think of Hackvist especially, and I'll catch you guys and gals later.